Hi guys, Kyle here, and welcome back to another Black Ops Call of Duty commentary on the map Grid. Reason I'm choosing this game is because it was a very close game until the last couple seconds where we managed to get triple cap on us and pretty much won it. And right there you saw me get a triple, and if you guys don't know about that, you can climb up on the back of the truck by a ladder, or if you choose not to, toss a grenade and have it aim in the direction of the car. Usually people will try and cheat the corner to rush the beat quicker, and you'll always generally pick off someone. And the reason I haven't done any commentaries in a while is because recently I was away to Europe. Got killed by a nicely ghost person, and I was sick from that trip. Not sick of it, but I got sick. So where we went in Europe, we had about an 8-hour flight from, we drove to Detroit and then had an 8-hour flight out of Detroit to Paris, and then another 4-hour flight back into Germany, where we were in Germany for about 3 days in Berlin, and then we took the midnight train during the midnight, to Amsterdam, where we were there for 2 days. Yes, I did go through, we went through red light district, and no, nothing promiscuous ever happened while we were there. Probably got hit secondhand high, which is not possible, but as soon as you walked in within that area, you could tell just by the smell of the area. Then, probably I'm going to say Amsterdam, not because of red light district, was probably one of the best places while we were on the trip. Just because of the general mood of the whole place. I remember where we were staying. We were not far from the restaurant that we had went to supper for a couple nights. That they would have these giant chess pieces set up, and have a board that was built into the ground. And there you see me get a nice little cheeky triple. But they have this permanent chess set, and they just left it, and then everyone, whoever would, random people would just play, and then I ended up playing some random German fellow who we had to go to a stalemate because our reservations for the restaurant were at the time when I was just playing that to kill some time. And that was a great experience. The whole mood of the place was really good, as I mentioned. And where else we were? After Amsterdam, we took about another, I don't even know how long of a bus ride, but we went through Holland for a day, and when we went to an old cheese mill place, and then we went from there to the Netherlands, Normandy. While we were in Normandy, which is also in Paris, let's just say I didn't particularly like mussels, but I could eat them if I had to. And there was a choice of mussels, which was the main thing there. So me and the group of people that went, we all ordered mussels. Well, in the meal, we ended up getting 60 to 50 mussels on top of a huge serving of fries. And that was, I just can't stand mussels now, probably because of that incident. Let's say they're not that good eating if you have braces, which doesn't help when if you're trying to eat anything. So I now officially am tired of mussels. I hate them because of this, but it was a good experience, like either way, because the amount that we got was good.
Losing Alpha.
And we went for our final last few days. We were in Paris, and whoever's like, I'm not bashing Paris, but it's not the greatest. like while we were in Germany, every night, there was always street cleaners going. There was hardly any garbage anywhere. Everyone was good. No one really needed to rush anywhere. But while we were in Paris, everyone, especially on the metro, but that's a little bit understandable because if you don't make your subway, you could be obviously late. But people were throwing elbows constantly. That were there. We saw a lot of war memorials along the way. We also saw Vimy Ridge Memorial. We also went to the Canadian section at Juno Beach. And then we, Paris, it was, everyone smoked, which gave me a huge headache one day, and then I ended up getting sick that day, probably from a combination of things. We also saw the Palace of Versailles and our palace in Holland, which was great, but we never managed to make it inside because the lineup was huge. And then we went to, actually, after the Palace of Versailles, I ended up getting sick. I probably had a combination of what I said, a combination of not enough water, lack of sleep, the changing time zone. Probably something I ate because I ate a gyro, and usually I'm fine with foods I'm not accustomed with. So, and then I ended up puking a few times on the metro, and that probably didn't help me because I was constantly stopping and starting, and the body motion was going forward and backward. That's what she said. And then I ended up puking on the train, and then eventually went back to the hotel, and was sick out both ends. I ended up losing 7 pounds from just being, from the amount of puking. I don't want to get too descriptive. So it wasn't that great. It was constantly up and throughout the night. I ended up losing about 2 days in total over the course of 3 days because we lost a full day, and then I lost the afternoon of one day, and the whole afternoon of another day because of being sick. And then I ended up trying to make it to the Mona Lisa at the Louvre, but I was not able to, and that's when I went back and missed the whole afternoon. Came back with a decent amount of money, considering I had planned on spending most of it, but yeah, I missed 2 shopping days. The Eiffel Tower we also saw, which was great, and Notre Dame. One night while we were in Paris, the first night actually, we were at this, I can't remember what the restaurant was, but it wouldn't matter. The waitresses would bring water, complimentary of course, but the thing was, the water only filled about 2 cups, so you're at a table of about a dozen people. You already need 6 pitchers. Right here I steal this guy's gun shifter, so he'd be pretty mad. And ended up not lasting long up in the air.
Ready for deployment.
Anyhow, after about the 4th or 5th pitcher just from our table alone, she started slamming, this one waitress starts slamming the pitchers. And then about, I don't know, 5 more pitchers later of water, she dumps all my garbage on my plate, like, not on my plate, on my counter in front of me. And then when we were finishing, the other waitresses had dragged her out to say goodbye, which I found funny, and they were all laughing, and they hadn't made her wear a hat because it was during St. Patty's at the time. So, that was a great experience. I recommend going to Amsterdam or Germany, not Amsterdam, not because of the red light district, or some of you think. Well, probably I'm going to see if I can try and go back to Germany during the summer. But for the price of the trip and all that we did, is a really good price, and the amount of people that we had going. Now back to the gameplay. I'm running hardline, sleight hand, and Marathon, G11, Akimbo, N9, Teens, 11, Motion Sensors, that's the hardline, Napalm,
We're close to victory, don't quit now.
Napalm, Blackbird, and something else. I'm sorry. Wasn't able to look at the beginning.
Napalm strike on the way.
And as I said earlier, the game was a really close game. Excuse me, you see me trying to jump on the flags to try and get us some points, but excuse me again, sorry. You can't do much really if it's one person trying to win, and which is why I get frustrated in Black Ops. One of the reasons I get frustrated is I am only having one of my friends in this, but I didn't help. And YouTube's been bugging out lately because I wish I had been able to post this earlier. Oh yeah, I also have dogs, but you probably saw that. YouTube's been bugging out lately where you can't upload a huge file size. For some reason, I read somewhere that it's been hacked, and you see commentators, bigger commentators putting it out. Why? Well, that was my reasons for why I haven't posted any videos lately. The commentary, final score right there, as you can see, is 57-12. And you guys have a nice day. Talk to you later.